Smeared by Johnny E. Sanders. Chapter 5. Amir was my older brother. Our lives as children had followed a bumpy, winding road. Our mother had raised us alone but had taught us to earn our chances. I'd become a private person, we both were, sort of. I held back, only speaking on things I was sure of, while Amir would, more often than not, came up with ideas that bordered on the fantastic. He wouldn't tell anyone, he would just try to bring them to life. He liked to do things his way, in his own time, in his own inimitable style. No set plan. He would explore all his ideas, to see which made money, which worked. Despite the contrast in personalities, in some ways my brother and I were twins. Our looks stopped people, but our brains captured them. We both understood human nature, the reason for our chosen professions. Amir was a businessman, a genius when it came to making money. Wing-outs, unisex salons, a realty company, shopping plaza, 12 homes and 2 sets of 42-unit apartments. He wasn't the richest man in Birmingham, but he was wealthy and appeared healthy. The only sign of any problem was the small bottle of milk of magnesia he carried in his pocket. People would say my brother was a player or a rolling stone. But he didn't play. He was straightforward with everyone, especially both of his households. He was married to Belle, Jasmine's mother, but he'd been dating both Belle and Viola since they were in the 8th grade. Viola was AJ's mother. Both of his relationships with the mothers of his children were entirely different, as were Belle and Viola's attitudes. His relationship with Belle was based on their bickering, their form of intimacy, but neither would permanently leave the other. Viola played her role with no complaints, happy with their arrangement. Neither relationship was a master and a slave thing. My brother didn't use his wealth to exert control over them. To both women, he was the very air they breathed. I can honestly say he loved them both too. Both women were trifectas, face, body, and brains, and financially independent. Amir only had 2 children, but he treated his pits and his street fighters as if they were his children. He'd bought a ranch along the Warrior River where he trained his dogs and his street fighters. Amir was as tough on his dogs as he was on his street fighters. He took a hands-on approach and wasn't above getting in the pit with either dog or man. He would go toe-to-toe with anyone and use the same mentality in business and at everything else. Amir took risks, but they were calculated. Beside the love for his family and for making money, Amir's next greatest passion was gambling. He toured the southern cities with his team of pits and street fighters. If there was a big stake or even a chance at a big pot, Amir and his teams were there. The street fighters' matches were just as brutal and bloody as the pit bulls. Mountain men battling with every ounce of energy in their bodies. The only rule was doing whatever to win. One of Amir's fighters appeared close to being choked out, but somehow managed to reach back and take hold of the guy's nuts, squeezing and pulling as hard as he could. The fighter released the chokehold and delivered 2 powerful punches to the back of Amir's fighter's head. But when the fighter tried to re-establish the chokehold, Amir's fighter bit down into the other fighter's forearm, locked on like a pit bull. Blood oozed from his mouth and the fighter's arm. The pain was so severe that all the other fighter could do was give a blood-curdling scream. Amir's fighter's teeth met, and a hunk of flesh was gone from the other fighter's forearm. Blood squirted from it like a fountain. 2 quick elbows to the face stopped the screaming, but didn't knock the fighter out. Amir's fighter was just as dazed and tired but went on the attack. Once he realized his punches didn't have the power to finish the guy, he started biting along with punching. The screaming immediately started, and the other fighter quickly tapped out.